Hello, this is Paul Bergin from the Mars Hill blog, which you can find www.paulbergin, paulbergin.blogspot.co.uk. I've been doing a series of vlogs of political heroes of mine who I feel have helped change society for the better, and they've tended to be in fair chronological order historically. I've come to the last one today. I'll probably be doing similar series of such videos in future. But this one concerns the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. And I admire him for a number of reasons. He is the first, not only an African American, but he was one of the first presidents to actively try, albeit he failed, but actively really make an effort to deal with gun control and put forward that issue. He was a man who I can't really see him having put much of a foot wrong in his time as president. And he was born in Hawaii in 1961. His father was from Kenya. His parents divorced when he was very young, and he spent part of his childhood in Indonesia, where his stepfather was from. And he, after being in Occidental College, he then became a community organizer in Chicago, and Chicago is pretty much his home base from that time onwards. He then went to Harvard Law School. He met his wife, and a few years later he became state senator. Throughout his political career, he is someone who was very much involved in communities and mobilising community politics. That is the core of Barack Obama's politics and his campaign. In 2008, in his presidential campaign, he showed that it pretty much in terms of campaign finance and funding, he was pretty much into crowd support, and I saw some of this firsthand when I was in Chicago that year, the one time I was in the US, and I saw some of what his campaign were doing. In 2004, he was elected to the Senate. That year he gave a rousing speech at the Democrat National Convention and was seen as a potential presidential material. And sure enough, he overtook the expected presidential candidate, Hillary Clinton, for the Democrat nomination, and he won the presidency, and a glass ceiling was broken. But he showed in his time as senator, he was against the war in Iraq, but he was supported the war in Afghanistan. It was under his presidency that Osama bin Laden was finally dealt with. It was under his presidency that we saw more attempts to deal with issues such as poverty and racism, and a more cohesive foreign policy where more natural allies came into the fore, which were kind of lost with Bush. I have concerns over his politics over Syria, but at the same time, Obama showed that he was a president who cared not only deeply about the community, but was prepared to be robust where needed. He has a dignity and a manner about him that has somewhat been lacking in the White House since. And in terms of personality, it just amazes me how people could vote for someone like Trump after someone like Obama. And in the 8 years he was president, very rarely, more than any other political leader on either side of the Atlantic have I had any concerns or disagreements with, or been let down or disappointed by at all. He's a president pretty much in the mould of LBJ, Kennedy, Roosevelt, and I think his legacy over the coming decades will be more positive than at present amongst Americans. Thank you.